Hello and welcome everyone. Myself Bhagyashree. Today we are going to continue our topic, that is illustrations of CMA final paper number 14 SFM. Topic is mutual fund. So today we will solve illustration number 29, 30 and 26, which we were kept aside. So let's start illustration number 29. Equistable is a portfolio model wherein 20% of a fund value is invested in a fixed income bearing instruments. The balance of 80% is divided among the old industry stock, that is iron and steel, automotive industry stock, information technology stock, infrastructure company stock and financial service sector is in the ratio of 4:2:6:3:5. Basically this information is not directly related to the question, so this is just like information is given about their portfolio. Now main data, that is there are three mutual funds, that is X, Y and Z, offer a fund system based on the equistable portfolio model. The actual return on equistable portfolio of each of three funds for the past 3 years as follows. So basically actual returns are given according to the portfolio. So XYZ portfolio, and first year, second year, third year data is given about actual returns. After that, beta of the equistable portfolio is measured at a 1.35. so this is the beta is given of the entire portfolio. After that, return on a market portfolio indicate that 1000 invested will fetch 115, okay, in an year. So basically we have to find out a percentage, including the capital appreciation and dividend yield. RBI bonds, that is RF, this is given about RF. So guaranteed by the central government yields 4.50%, that is RF is given here. RM is given but it is not directly given, we have to calculate, and beta is given of the entire portfolio. Rate the fund managers of a XYZ. So basically we have to do the ranking. So in this question, first of all, see, we will find out the RM, okay. So RM, that is given in the question, that is rupees 153, okay. Rupees 153 will be the return for 1000 rupees, okay. Then we have to find out the percent, then what for 100, so we will get the percent. So 153 multiplied by 100 divided by 1000, I am getting percent, that is 15.3. so here percentage 15.3%. so here I got RM. After that, see, computation of alpha factor of the portfolio. Basically on the given information, we can give the ranking to the particular portfolios as per the alpha factor. So we will go for the calculation of alpha factor. Here alpha means actual return minus return as per CAPM, that is formula is written here, RF plus beta RM minus RF. So in the first year actual return, see, this is we are calculating for portfolio X. So portfolio X, this is the first year return, this is second year and this is third year. Accordingly I will use horizontally, okay. So first year return, that is actual return 17.35%, okay, minus here I will put the values, that is RF plus beta RM minus RF, okay. So RF is given in the question 4.50 plus beta which is given in the question 1.35, okay, 1.35. RM minus RF, RM is 15.3 multiplied by RF is it's minus 4.50, okay. RF plus beta, RM minus RF, by mistake here we have to do the minus, okay. So first of all I will solve this. 15.3 minus 4.5 multiplied by 1.35 plus 4.50, so I am getting here 19.08, okay. So this is my actual return, and here I got return as per CAPM 19.08, okay. So I will get the alpha factor for the first year. So 17.35 minus 19.08, I got 1.73, okay, minus 1.73, okay. After that, see, here answer will be in percent only, because this is also percent and this is also percent, okay. सो आंसर भी परसेंट में आएगा. नाउ नेक्स्ट ईयर, in the second year my return percentage are 18.70 minus, this will remain same. Okay, this data will remain same, so directly I am copying here. RF is 4.50 plus beta is 1.35, RM minus RF. Okay, so I will not calculate it again because I will get the same value. Okay, so everywhere I will write the same. See, 18.70% minus 19.08%. 18.70 minus 19.08, sorry, 19.08, I am getting here 0.38, which is in minus. Okay, and answer will be in percent. Now third year, that is 21.60 minus, this data will remain same, RF beta, RM minus RF. Okay, so 21.60% minus 19.08%, 21.6 minus 19.08, here I got 2.52%. So total alpha factor, it means I will take the total of these three. First of all, 1.73 which is in minus, plus 0.38 which is in minus, plus 2.52. Okay, that is 0.41. Okay, total alpha factor I got 0.41. Now average alpha factor. Okay, so that is per annum I will find out. This is for total 3 years, so I will find here now for per annum. Okay, so total divided by number of years. Here total 3 years are there, so divide by 3 years, divide by 3. So here I got 0.1367 इतना लिखा तो भी चलेगा. ओके, या फिर 3 डेसिमल तक राउंड ऑफ करेंगे. सो 13 here 7, 137. Okay, we can round off up to 2 decimal, 3 decimal, 4 decimal. Here I am rounding off up to 3 decimal, so I got 0.137. Okay, in the same way now I will calculate for y. Okay, now actual returns are given. See, this is y and this is for second, third year. Okay, like that I will use now. So 17.20 minus RF is 4.50 plus beta 1.35, RM is 15.3 minus RF is 4.50. Okay, so 17.20 minus 19.08, 17.2 minus 19.08, I got minus 1.88%. Okay, now next year, that is 18.25 is the actual return minus RF plus beta, RM minus RF, 18.25 minus 19.08, 18.25 minus 19.08, that is minus 0.83%. And now last one for portfolio Y, that is 22.15 is the actual return. Here RF plus beta, RM minus RF. Okay, so 22.15 minus 19.08, 22.15 minus 19.08, I got 3.07%. Okay, now let's take total. 1.88 which is in minus, plus 0.83 which is in minus, plus 3.07. So here I got 0.36. Okay, so I will find out here average alpha factor. So total is 0.36 divided by 3 years. So divide by 3, I got here 0.12%. Okay, 0.12%. So after that I will find out for last portfolio, that is portfolio Z. So here this is portfolio Z and here actual returns are given. So first of all it is 17.10 minus RF plus beta RM minus RF. Okay, so 17.10 minus 19.08, 17.1 minus 19.08, I got here minus 1.98%. Next one, that is 18.60 minus RF plus beta RM minus RF, 18.60 minus 19.08, 18.6 minus 19.08 minus 0.48%. Okay, now last year, that is 22% minus RF plus beta RM minus RF, so 22 minus 19.08, 22 minus 19.08, here I got 2.92%. Okay, now total alpha factor, so I will take total 1.98 which is in minus plus 0.48 which is in minus plus 2.92, here I got 0.46. So 0.46 is the total, divided by 3 years, divided by 3 years, here I got 0.153, 0.153. So now we will go for ranking. Okay, so for ranking we will check this percentage, that is final average alpha factor percentage, which means which portfolio will give us more alpha factor, that would be placed at a first rank. Okay, so जिसका एवरेज अल्फा फैक्टर ज़्यादा रहेगा वो पोर्टफोलियो फर्स्ट में आएगा. अकॉर्डिंगली वी विल डू द रैंकिंग. सी here portfolio Z is giving more average alpha factor, that is 0.153%, then X and then Y. So accordingly we have done the ranking. So this is our final ranking. We'll check the answers. See, these are the average alpha factor, okay, which we had calculated, and here ranking is given Z, X and 5. Okay, so here we have completed illustration number 29. Now we will go for illustration number 30. An aggressive mutual fund promises an expected return of 18% with a possibility of a volatility, that is standard deviation of a 20%. So this is nothing but the expected return, and this is the standard deviation given of a aggressive mutual fund. Okay, on another hand, conservative mutual fund promises an expected return, that is 17% and standard deviation is 19%. Okay, so after that, which would be the which fund would you like to invest in? Okay, so basically this question is just like a means choice based question, means which mutual fund will be better, which investment will be better, like that they are asking about. So first of all, which fund would you like to invest, this is the question. So we'll check some answers from here only. So it depends on your preference and risk taking attitude. Okay, so here they are asking about our investment choice. So obviously answer will be like this only. So your preference and risk taking attitude will decide that where should you invest. Okay, after that, second question is would you like to invest in both if you have money. Okay, so they are asking that would you like to invest in both the funds if you are having surplus money. So yes, because diversification benefit we will get, so that's why you can achieve the diversification gains if you invest in both. If you are having surplus money, then you can invest in both to get a diversification gain. After that, assuming you can borrow the money from the from your provident fund at an opportunity cost of 10%, which fund would you like to invest your money in? Okay, so basically this question is asking about which investment would you like to prefer if you borrow money from the provident fund at an opportunity cost of 10%? Okay, so here we will do some calculation for this part C. So aggressive fund is equal to RP minus RF divided by standard deviation of portfolio. So return of portfolio, which is given in very first line, that is 18, minus RF that is opportunity cost, which is given in part C. Okay, so that is 10. After that, standard deviation of portfolio. Okay, so standard deviation of portfolio, that is also given in the first second line somewhere, so it is 20. Now we will do the calculation. 18 minus 10 divided by 20. So here I got 0.4. Okay, that is 0.40. After that, in case of second portfolio, that is conservative mutual fund. Okay, in that case, expected return is 17 minus RF is 10 and standard deviation of portfolio, which is given 19. Okay, so 17 minus 10 divided by 19. Here I will round off up to 3 decimal, so 0.368. Okay, so here this is better one. Okay, so we will prefer aggressive fund. Okay, so aggressive fund we will prefer C. Therefore aggressive fund is preferable. Okay, because it is giving better results. Now last question. See, would you like to consider both funds if you could lend or borrow money at a 10%? Okay, so this is also somewhere descriptive answer. So benefit of diversification can be obtained if you invest in both the funds and also lend and borrow at a net present value. Okay, so this is not that much important question, just you can go through it at only once. So here we have completed illustration number 30.